Have you ever made a decision you immediately regretted? Picture this. A woman arriving at LaGuardia Airport in the dead of night, 1:30 to be precise. The dark sky is pierced by the harsh airport lights, casting long shadows over the tarmac. The biting cold of the New York winter seeps into her bones as she steps out into the snow-covered cityscape. She's been traveling for hours, her eyes heavy with fatigue, her body yearning for the comfort of a warm bed. A long line of weary travelers stands between her and a ride to her hotel. The minutes tick by, each one colder and more unbearable than the last. The snow swirls around her, sticking to her coat, her luggage, her very soul. Her patience wears thin, her desperation grows. And then, an opportunity presents itself. An unmarked black vehicle pulls up. Out of sheer desperation, she gets into it. As soon as the door closes behind her, she realizes her mistake. An unsettling silence fills the unmarked black vehicle as it speeds away from the airport. The locks on the backseat doors are broken, adding a layer of unease to the already tense atmosphere. The vibrant city lights of New York, usually a comforting sight, seem distant and elusive, like a mirage fading into the cold, snowy night. The driver, a figure shrouded in the dim dashboard light, is belligerent. His intrusive demand for cash echoes repeatedly in the confined space, each question amplifying her anxiety. She clutches at her jewelry, the cold metal against her skin a chilling reminder of her vulnerability. She chides herself for her rash decision, her mind racing with grim scenarios. The ride is a blur. The snow outside whirls into a white haze, the city's iconic skyline obscured behind the curtain of falling flakes. The car seems to be headed in the wrong direction, away from the heart of the city. Her heart pounds in rhythm with the wipers sweeping away the relentless snow, each thud a testament to her escalating fear. But then, just as despair threatens to consume her, the city finally comes into view. The towering skyscrapers glittering against the dark sky, the hustle and bustle of late-night New York, all reassuringly familiar. The relief is fleeting, but it's enough. It has to be. As her heart pounds in her chest, the city finally comes into view. She breathes a sigh of relief as they pull into a familiar part of the city. But her ordeal is not over yet. The driver, with a tone that's far from friendly, demands payment in cash. She reaches for her purse, only to discover that her ATM card isn't working. An icy knot of fear settles in her stomach as the driver's impatience turns into hostility. He bangs on the window, his words, sharp and threatening, shattering the silence of the early morning. She fumbles desperately with another card, praying for the machine to cooperate. Time seems to stretch on, every tick of the clock echoing her growing panic. Then finally the ATM disgorges the money. She hands it over, her fingers trembling with relief and exhaustion. With the money finally in hand, she steps out into the cold, snowy night. The hostile glare of the driver a chilling reminder of the night's harrowing journey. Snow blows into her leather loafers as she trudges down the street, dragging her rolling bag behind her. The night is cold. The streets of New York are blanketed in a thick layer of snow. Each step is a challenge, yet she continues on, driven by the promise of warmth and safety. The bright lights of Times Square flicker in the distance, a beacon guiding her through the blizzard. She can almost feel the warmth seeping from the tall, glittering buildings. Imagine the comfort of a soft bed and the quiet hum of the city through the window. As she nears her destination, the W at Times Square, her heart skips a beat. Her steps quicken, the weight of her bag forgotten. The towering hotel looms above her, a monolith of safety amidst the chaos of the city. She steps into the lobby, shaking off the cold, the tension easing from her shoulders. The elevator ride to her room feels like an eternity, her mind replaying the night's events. As she slides the keycard into the door, a sigh escapes her lips. The room is warm, welcoming. She sheds her snow-dusted coat, kicks off her damp loafers, and collapses onto the plush bed. Her heart rate finally slows as she steps into the safety of her room, leaving the cold, chaotic night behind.